Namaskar and welcome to Astrointuitivemind. Today we will discuss the impact of the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction for Taurus Ascendant. Now when we say Taurus Ascendant, we don't only mean Taurus placed in the Lagna, but Taurus as the Rashi as well. That is, where Moon is placed, that is considered the Rashi. So for Taurus Ascendant and for Taurus Rashi as well. This is our third video in the series about the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. First and foremost, what we need to know is, unlike Aries, the nature of the houses and the nature of the Rashis don't align for Taurus Ascendant. What this means is that the first house belonging to Dharam has an Earth Rashi placed in it. That is, in the same way, the second house of Earth has a Kamana Rashi placed in it. This means that every house will give mixed results. That is, the Dharam is mixed with Earth in case of Taurus, the Kamana is mixed with Earth, and the Kamana is also mixed with Moksha, and Moksha is mixed with Dharam for Taurus Ascendant. Another important thing to note about this transit is that it is taking place in the 9th house for Taurus Ascendants. The 9th house signifies blessings, signifies father and father figure in your life, a guru or a teacher, religious activities, religious beliefs, advanced studies, distance journeys, overland, and dharma. The 9th house for this Taurus Ascendant is also a natural badhak, or a natural sign that brings about obstructions and challenges. So, for the Taurus Ascendant, the Lord of the 8th house, the Lord of the 9th house, the Lord of the 10th house, and the Lord of the 11th house will be conjoined in the 9th house. The Venus, which is the Lord of the Lagna and the 6th house for this native, is very close friends or good friends with Saturn. Saturn is the Lord of the 9th house and the 10th house, making it a Yog Karka planet for Taurus. Now, Mars is exalted in the sign of Capricorn. So, depending on the position of Mars in your horoscope, there most definitely will be an effect on that aspect as well. The 9th house in a Kal Purush Kundli or a natural birth chart is Sagittarius. So the energy of the 10th house will appear from the 9th. That is, the results will be mixed of Sagittarius as well as Capricorn. An important thing to note for Taurus Ascendant is that the last Jupiter-Saturn conjunction took place in the sign of Taurus in 2000-2001. So this transit or this conjunction is 9 signs away from where it was last. So this is very, very important for a Taurus native. Conjunction. The nature of the signs and the nature of the houses for Taurus Ascendant don't align how they do in Aries Ascendant. For this native, the Karma Adhipati, which is Saturn, is placed in a Dharma Sthan or the house of Dharma with the Dharam Karka or the signifactor of Dharam Jupiter as well. This transit taking place in the house of Dharma will lay down the principles of one's Dharma, and it is a good time to start taking initiative in profession, in religion, and any new work that one might have. The fabric of karma is woven with the threads of dharma. So for this native, dharma and karma are very, very important. For this native, the dharma and kamna or wishes are opposite each other and therefore need to be balanced, and the balance will come from artha or finances or limitations in money, etc. Now I will move on to how this transit will actually impact a Taurus native. Now to remind you that the following are not predictions in any way. They are simply observations of events that might happen for a Taurus native. To know what would happen with you exactly, we must know the exact position of other planets in your horoscope as well. Now, first thing, accumulated wealth, speech, communication with family, and investments and fixed assets. This is not a good time for those things. The Taurus native must be careful with how they deal with these aspects of their life. This is said because the ninth house where this transit is taking place is eighth from the second. The second house being responsible for accumulated wealth, speech, communication, etc. The native might see phenomenal changes in the spouse of the younger sibling or the marriage of a younger sibling. This is because the transit is taking place in the seventh house from the third house. The native might embark on journeys, both short distance and long distance journeys over land. And there might be a change in the relationship with neighbors or colleagues, and even the relationship with the community as well. Now, this point is especially for people who have completed their higher studies. This is a great time to go in or start pursuing their advanced studies. This is because both Jupiter and Saturn are signifactors of knowledge, and they are placed in the ninth house, which is also a signifactor for higher studies or advanced studies. This ninth house is also fifth from the fifth house, which further signifies a change in higher studies or advanced studies. So the native may get happiness from the maternal side of the family, especially maternal uncles, aunts, etc. The maternal side of the family may also be beneficial in terms of gaining property. They may buy vehicles, and if they are thinking to do so, this seems to be a good time. The younger siblings of the native spouse may gain during this time, and your spouse might start taking initiative to start a business, to start a new venture in their profession. This is a very good time for them to do that. The father of the Taurus native is most heavily aspected or impacted during this transit. The father of the native might have to incur some expenditure. Their health may be affected, and this depends on the position of other planets in their horoscope as well. And this is a good time for father to do major investments or think about his accumulated wealth. The younger siblings of father and the paternal side of the family might reunite or communicate with you or your father during this time. The reason for the father of the native to have such a strong impact or aspect during this time is because the ninth house is a natural signifactor of one's father. And Jupiter is also the karka or signifactor for father. So its placement there it simply enhances the aspect to the father, bringing in a lot of attention to the father. Moving on, the fulfillment of desires for the Taurus natives, they may be fulfilled, and they might come as very unexpected events in their lives. There also may be an importance or significance for the elder siblings. They may demand your attention during this time. Last but not least, it is noticed that the maternal grandfather may gain success in some or the other way in their life, in some aspect of their life. Overall, it can be said that this transit for the Taurus Ascendant is beneficial. Now, just to remind you that these are simply observations and they are not predictions in any manner. To find out the true impact of this transit for your life, you must consider the placement and conditions of other planets in your horoscope. Only that way you will be able to find out the true impact of this transit. Thank you for watching Astro Intuitive Mind. Stay tuned for our next videos about Gemini and Cancer. If you have any further astrological queries, you may please visit our website or call us on the number or even send us an email on the mentioned email address. Thank you for watching.